He's going to be reading The Shepherd of DYLI. And it's the translation of a poem by, let me see if I can get this right, Glangaryana?
Very good. That way I don't have to do it. The translation I'll use is from the book Bev Gellert. It's Facts, Fairies, and Folklore by D.E. Jenkins, originally published in 1899. The poem's title, The Shepherd of Cwmdali, actually refers to ancestors of my wife, Beth. As Beth Roberts, she grew up hearing her Roberts family was somehow special. They were Cwmdali Roberts. Eventually, she found out what that meant. Her Rhys Roberts line of ancestors lived at Cwmdali Farm in the Snowdonia region of Wales, where sheep were raised for generations. Thus, they were the shepherds of Cwmdali. The Cwm part of Cwmdali refers to the magnificent bowl-shaped valley extending up back behind the farm. It was carved by glaciers out of Snowdon and the surrounding mountains, Eryri in Welsh. The name, Rhys, Shepherd of Cwmdali, is featured in several regional folk tales, songs, and poems. In one, he peers into a cave and sees the soldiers of King Arthur asleep, waiting for their commander to return. In our poem, The Shepherd of Cwmdali tells his love how much he will miss her when she moves away from Cwmdali to the city. And in doing so, he describes many of the sights and sounds of Cwmdali that she will be leaving behind, including summers spent at the Havadi, the summer house, at the lovely mountain meadow partway up the valley behind the regular house. In the book, one of the old servants is quoted as saying he can remember nothing more delightful than those Havadi days and can conceive of nothing so delicious as the sweet perfume that filled the valley as the early summer sun shone into it. The poem. Scowling clouds are vanished now, loved one ever fair, which have veiled Eryri's brow, loved one ever fair. See, the sun sends forth its beams, gilding hilltops with its gleams. Let's recall the Havadi dreams, loved one ever fair. There the rocks o'ershadowing, loved one ever fair, with the cuckoo's cry shall ring, loved one ever fair. Snow-white lambkins bleating near, cattle low by the mere. Notes of birds our hearts to cheer, loved one ever fair. But what pleasure will there be, loved one ever fair, at Cwmdali without thee, loved one ever fair? Morn and eve my soul will pine for that voice and form of thine on the moor with pale and kind, loved one ever fair. Mid the city's din and noise, loved one ever fair, mid its merriment and joys, loved one ever fair, there forget not him who'll be shedding tears for thee at Cwmdali. Dream of me, loved one ever fair?
That's totally good. Wow.